Nice to see you.
I recognize you. It's a relief that when we finally meet, she is who she says she is, and even more beautiful than I imagined.
Sometimes I feel like I've been waiting my whole life.
Here we are, our second life is transposing into real life.
I don't know if I'm going to be interrupted here. That was my husband.
My name is Asri Falcone. I am a content creator within Second Life. I have a housing company and I specialize in high-end and extreme luxury. Asri is not my alter ego. Asri is me.
I call Second Life the best and the worst thing that has ever happened to me. It was after going for days straight that the other things just weren't important anymore. My avatar is an 11-year-old girl.
The fastest growing sites on the internet.
Second Life's different than a game because there isn't any goal. Everything in it is created by the people who are there.
How cool is that?
I think it becomes a problem when you ignore your first life.
She feels alive, and it feels like a real life.
Things are real because they're there with us and we believe in them. And if they're simulated on a digital computer, it doesn't make any difference to us.
I'm usually on my computer 15 to 20 hours a day.
That's why it's called the web, because you get stuck in it.
Hidden behind a shopping mall on one virtual island is a place called Wonderland. At first sight it looks like a real-life playground. But here, childlike avatars are not just playing on the swings, they're offering sex. Virtual children of all ages, even toddlers. After talking to one child, I agreed a price and was taken to a sordid back alley where I was offered a range of sick sexual services, including torture, which I declined. My avatar has entered a virtual paedophile ring.
The anonymity of virtual worlds creates a neutral platform that allows aspects of Islam to be examined without fear of judgment. The Federation of American Scientists in Washington, D.C. has built, in the virtual world of Second Life, a 3D replica of ancient Mesopotamia. Archaeologist Alice Petty gave us a tour. The idea first came out of a collaborative project focused on the origins of writing.
This site of Warka, of ancient Uruk, is best known as the hometown of the epic hero Gilgamesh. The earliest examples of writing, which we have recovered in Iraq, were found in the city of Uruk. I would just love for when people to hear Iraq, for there to be some image or idea that comes into their mind other than an unjust war, other than the quagmire, other than the violence.
I'm Jane McGonigal. I'm a game designer. I've been making games online now for 10 years, and my goal for the next decade is to try to make it as easy to save the world in real life as it is to save the world in online games. Now, I have a plan for this, and it entails convincing more people, including all of you, to spend more time playing bigger and better games. Right now, we spend 3 billion hours a week playing online games. Some of you might be thinking, that's a lot of time to spend playing games, maybe too much time, considering how many urgent problems we have to solve in the real world. But actually, according to my research at the Institute for the Future, it's actually the opposite is true. 3 billion hours a week is not nearly enough gameplay to solve the world's most urgent problems. In fact, I believe that if we want to survive the next century on this planet, we need to increase that total dramatically. I've calculated the total we need at 21 billion hours of gameplay every week. So that's probably a bit of a counterintuitive idea, so I'll say it again, let it sink in. If we want to solve problems like hunger, poverty, climate change, global conflict, obesity, I believe that we need to aspire to play games online for at least 21 billion hours a week by the end of the next decade. No, I'm serious. I am.
One of the great Second Life stories about how being able to control the world can affect you as an individual came from a guy who got on our forums, this was years ago, and said, I lost 70 pounds while I was using Second Life. And this was a person who was spending maybe 80 hours a week or more in Second Life. He was doing a job there, and he was living there basically. And so I got on the forums and I said, Max, which was his name in Second Life, I said, you got to be kidding. How could you possibly have lost weight while using something that made you sit down? And he said, well, every day in Second Life, I am always, as I build things, I'm also kind of tweaking my avatar, my digital representation, to make it a little bit better, to follow the trends and whatnot. And he said, over time, as I started changing that avatar every day to make it a little bit better, that virtual representation of myself, I woke up one morning and I thought, well, it can't be so hard to actually change my physical body in a similar way. And so he did, and lost weight. And I think that ability that we have to alter the virtual world is incredibly important in the human experience, because it motivates us to come back to the real world and try to alter it to make it better.
NYPD, open up!
I can hear the TV.
Let's go! We know you're home. Come on!
Mr. and Mrs. Samansky, show yourselves! You got him last time. I'll go get him. I'm almost there.
Don't let him fall. Don't let him fall.
I know what I'm doing, Jeff. Jeff, watch out. There's on your left.
I see it. Go for Caleb. Yes, you scaly creep. I got him. Watch this.
Hang on, Caleb. Mommy's coming.
Hurry. Caleb's hands are slipping.
Like I don't know that.
Get up. All right. Shut it off. Get
Janice
up.
coin on the left. I know. I got
Grab
it.
it.
I'm
Grab
trying.
it.
Hang on, Caleb.
Janice coin. Get the Janice coin.
I am. Shut up. I got it. Hey.
What? Whoa. Where the hell did you come from?
The real world. Join us.
Hell no. Plug us back in.
Get up.
Hey. This is level 20, okay? This is the Kingdom of Galagar.
And our boy needs us.
Right? Where you treat kids, he's better off in his own world.
This picture pretty much sums up why I think games are so essential to the future survival of the human species. Truly. This is a portrait by a photographer named Phil Toledano. He wanted to capture the emotion of gaming, so he set up a camera in front of gamers while they were playing. And this is a classic gaming emotion. Now, if you're not a gamer, you might miss some of the nuance in this photo. You probably see the sense of urgency, a little bit of fear, but intense concentration, deep focus on tackling a really difficult problem. If you are a gamer, you will notice a few nuances here. The crinkle of the eyes up and around the mouth is a sign of optimism. And the eyebrows up is surprise. This is a gamer who's on the verge of something called an epic win. Now, oh, you've heard of that. Okay, good. So we have some gamers among us. So an epic win is an outcome that is so extraordinarily positive, you had no idea it was even possible until you achieved it. It was almost beyond the threshold of imagination. And when you get there, you are shocked to discover what you're truly capable of. That's an epic win. This is a gamer on the verge of an epic win. And this is the face that we need to see on millions of problem solvers all over the world as we try to tackle the obstacles of the next century. The face of someone who, against all odds, is on the verge of an epic win.
What the? Yeah. You are a major cock. Like, blue sword. Ooh, you dick. Let's fucking find like wood gravity. Where's that gravity on? Three socks. Oh, this is a separate fucking gonad. I'll show you a gonad. Let's go. Fucking my dick. I'm fucking retarded. Motherfucker. I fucking killed myself.
When we're in game worlds, I believe that many of us become the best version of ourselves, the most likely to help at a moment's notice, the most likely to stick with a problem as long as it takes, to get up after failure and try again.
Stop freaking betraying me. I'm on your team.
I own your life. I'm gonna shoot you and I'm gonna light your parents on fire.
Holy shit, I killed you again, faggot. Hey. You are by far the worst Halo 3 player I've ever played against. Seriously, you should probably just go kill yourself now. Why do you even play this game?
I just play for fun, man.
You play for fun? What kind of bullshit reason is that?
I don't know, I just like to.
You just like to?
Okay, my mom just canceled my brother's World of Warcraft account, and he is freaking out.
Never come back! I swear! You'll never see me again!
There's an economist named Edward Castronova whose work is brilliant. He looks at why people are investing so much time and energy and money in online worlds. And he says we're witnessing what amounts to no less than a mass exodus to virtual worlds and online game environments. And he's an economist, so he's rational. And he says that this makes perfect sense because gamers can achieve more in online worlds than they can in real life. They can have stronger social relationships in games than they can have in real life. They get better feedback and feel more rewarded in games than they do in real life. So he says, for now, it makes perfect sense for gamers to spend more time in virtual worlds than the real world. Now, I also agree that that is rational for now, but it is not by any means an optimal situation. We have to start making the real world work more like a game.
I think that you will live in the virtual world a significant percentage of the time. You know, I think in another 10 years we will spend a significant fraction of our lives immersed in a virtual world in much the same way that we are sort of immersed in the internet today. But I think the quality of that immersion and the quality of the experience will be higher and different than anything we can imagine.